I don't want this to be a heavy event, but I think we have to start with Utah. What would you say to the country, including college students, about the state of our country in light of all the recent political violence?
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Before we dive in, do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss when I drop a new video. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming. All right, let's get into it.
I think it's important, and I think that both Professor Munoz and Father Bob highlighted this a moment ago, that we learn to have disagreements in a civil and collegial way, and Notre Dame is, as Father Bob said, in the DNA here. I think that too often when I look around the country, political violence is the most grotesque symptom of it, but there are others too, just in online conversations and the way that people treat those with whom they disagree. And that's actually one of the points that I try to make in the book, is that's just not a way to run a society. And I think that you at Notre Dame, and especially you students, can model a different way to be.
So, I just watched this clip coming out of Notre Dame where a speaker was asked about the political violence happening in our country, especially the recent events in Utah. And let me tell you something. I'm glad they brought this up, but I've got a few things to say from a patriotic, conservative perspective. The speaker started by saying we should avoid political violence. And of course, I 100% agree with that. Violence has no place in a civilized society. But here's the issue. The left doesn't seem to understand that their rhetoric and their policies are fueling this culture of division. They lecture us about civility, but they're the same people calling half the country extremists or threats to democracy just because we believe in faith, family, and freedom. That hypocrisy is exactly what we're sick of. They talked about civility and collegial disagreement. Sounds great, right? But the truth is, conservatives have been trying to have that for years. What happens when a conservative student speaks up on campus? They get shouted down. They get doxxed. They get bullied into silence. And that's not coming from patriots on the right. That's coming from radical activists on the left who don't want dialogue. They want dominance. So when Notre Dame or anyone else says, let's model civil disagreement, I say amen. But let's actually apply that standard equally. Let's stop pretending only one side is guilty when the left controls the media, the universities, and Hollywood, and they've been the ones normalizing hostility. Now, the speaker also mentioned online conversations, how people treat each other with hostility. Couldn't agree more. But again, let's call it like it is. Big tech platforms don't treat conservatives fairly. You can be the most respectful, kind-hearted patriot in the world, and if you speak out against woke ideology or point out the failures of the Biden administration, suddenly you're shadow banned or flagged. Meanwhile, folks on the left can spew hate toward conservatives all day long and never face consequences. So yeah, let's talk about toxic discourse, but let's not ignore how the system is rigged against people like you and me who just want to defend American values. The speaker